Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. We have officially begun the Premier League week. And this week, we shall see Manchester United open up the Premier League on Friday. We shall see Arsenal open up the Premier League on Saturday. And we shall see a couple of games as well. All the teams that will be involved in the 2024-25 season will have their opening game this week. In preparation for this week, our manager Mikel Arteta decided to hire a team of professional pickpockets, or a team of professional thieves, I would say, in order to pickpocket Arsenal players at a dinner. And the reason for that, Mikel Arteta said, he wants his players to be alert all the time. He wants his players to be mindful all the time. Is that a good trick? Is that a good tactic? I don't know. Probably we shall see at the end of the campaign. But also the manager has said that this season is a season where we have to beat Manchester City to 114 points. I mean, it's a new record. It will be a new record. If Arsenal win every game in a Premier League season without drawing, without losing, it will be a new Premier League record set. And of course, if Arsenal can win every game, that means we will be champions. I think the highlight of this season is Arsenal winning the Premier League. The highlight of this season is Arsenal winning recognizable, tangible silverware. I think the highlight of this season is Arsenal cannot afford to go out of this campaign without trophies, but with excuses. I think we have had enough excuses for the past few seasons. Now, this is a season where you go and deliver. This is a season where excuses don't work, but silverware is the only symbol of success that is going to talk. Right? Progress, we have had the progress. Getting close, we have come close. Now can we go and finish above City and above every other team in the Premier League? So in this video, I want to deliver my 5 things that Arteta and Arsenal have to do before the window closes, but also during the season, in order for us to get over the line, something that we have not done in the last 2 years. And to be honest, maybe Arsenal were judged harshly in the last 2 seasons. The first season, yeah, we bottled it, but were we supposed to be there? Probably not. The second season, I would say we were supposed to be there. We never disappointed. We were there. And the reason as to why we didn't win the Premier League was because Manchester City were just too good and just better. So this season, we have learnt our lessons that the team we are going against, the machine we are going against is a juggernaut. We're going against a machine that is unstoppable. We are going against an immovable object. For you to do that, you've got to start well, finish well, and start very, very quickly. So these are my 5 things that we've got to do. 1, get a goal scorer. I don't know how many times I've said this right from last campaign until now. Go and get a goal scorer. I mean, instead of hiring pickpockets, I don't know how much that cost us, $100,000, like $50,000, $20,000, I don't know. Instead of Mikel Arteta hiring professional thieves to try and tell these boys to be alert, it's a good tactic. I mean, it's a very good thing to remind your team to be alert all the time. Don't have a problem with it. But before you hire professional thieves to rob everyone at dinner, go and get a goal scorer. Go and get a striker. I wonder how everyone is buying a striker, and Arsenal are still very confident that the strategy of defenders scoring 5 goals and midfielders scoring 10 and attackers, scoring maybe 15 is going to lift us the Premier League. It can lift us the Premier League, but you don't want to try. And this season is not about trying for Arsenal. This season is not about testing things here and there. You get a striker because last season, if you had a striker, you beat Aston Villa home and away, and you beat West Ham home and away, and you beat Fulham home and away, because in those games, you created a lot of chances, big chances, good chances, and at the point that in those games, players couldn't deliver, right? Your front 3 and your midfield and your defenders failed to score. And that is the point about Arsenal getting a striker. It's not because we cannot score 91 goals. We can score 91 goals. We can score 99 goals. There's no problem about that. But can you score that effective goal? I mean, I want to ask you, if I was to say, or if we were to say, if Arsenal are going to win 5 games by 1-0 scored by one player, who would that player be? There's a time when we had Aubameyang, you would say that player would be Aubameyang. There's a time when we had Robin van Persie, and you'd say that player would be Robin van Persie. And there was a time when we had Eduardo, and you say that player would be Eduardo, or Adebayo, or Thierry Henry. This Arsenal team is full of meanderers, masqueraders, and pretenders that are not real goal scorers. We'll end the season with Kai Havertz scoring 26 goals. And most of those 26 goals are going to be shared in games where we have won 6-0, 5-0, 7-0, 3-0. But when it comes to that 1-0, when it comes to that, that one goal that we needed to equalize against West Ham, that one goal that we needed to, beat Fulham away, that one goal, that is where the problem is, right? So that one goal is, for me, why Arsenal have to go and get a striker. We've seen a lot of times when Manchester City have won a goal to nil or 2-0, and they're leading by a goal to nil, they're under pressure, and Pep just summons Erling Haaland, and within a few seconds of touching ground, Erling Haaland, just allows them that extra advantage, 2-0. That is what you want to do. That is the reason why Arsenal need a goal scorer. So I understand people who say, listen, Cossy, this team is cooking 91 goals last season. We might even score more. There is no guarantee that you're going to score more. The advantage of having a player like Erling Haaland and maybe Gyokeres and maybe Osimhen is, for them, if they don't score, it's a bad season. Gabriel Jesus has had, seasons where he has not scored goals. For the first 2 seasons, he has not scored a lot of goals. He's not scored in any season. He's not scored above, I think, 12 or 13. But we are still contemplating whether the guy is having a bad season or a good season. If Kai Havertz scores 15 goals for Arsenal, that is a good season for him. So I want a striker who comes in, and within the first 18 games, he's already scored around 9 goals, or he's already scored around 10 goals. And, the last part of the campaign is going to see him end up at 22 goals. I don't think we have the capability of a player capable of scoring 22 goals in a season. We don't have that. I don't want to overwhelm Saka. I don't want to blame Martinelli or Trossard. We don't have that. So, as a seasons change, teams change, and I think the one change that Arsenal could do is add that centre forward profile that no one thought we were going to get, and just surprise anyone. Come into the new Premier League season with different tactics, with different, with different style of play, different structure, and just confuse the opponents. We can revert to what we've been doing on a couple of occasions, but having a center forward, having a number 9 is going to change the plans of how teams have been preparing to, play against us. The second thing that we've got to do before hiring pickpockets and professional thieves is getting a backup for Bukayo Saka. So we have been linked with Simeon Adingra. I will do a video about his profile. Simeon Adingra is a very good name, but we've been linked with many. Chiesa, Neto, Nico Williams, Asprilla. We've been linked with a couple of them. I wouldn't really mind a player like Simeon Adingra, 22. He comes in, plays on the left, plays on the right, very competitive, very quick, Premier League proven, played at a proper club like Brighton. His footballing education should be enough to at least fit into what Mikel Arteta wants to do. It's a very good shot. The one mistake we cannot continue to do is sign more goalkeepers, sign more defenders, sign more, grass cutters, and not getting a backup for Bukayo Saka. How long? How long has this been a topic of discussion? How long has this been a topic of debate? Rafinha time didn't come. Pedro Neto didn't come. Nico Williams, he didn't come. And that shows you, Joao Felix, he didn't come. Mikhail Modric, he didn't come. That shows you that Mikel Arteta is well aware of what he wants to do, right? And is well aware of the deficiency and the lack of a quality cover, on that side. He's well aware. We saw Gabriel Martinelli being tried out on the right-hand side. Of course, he's right-footed. And I don't know what Mikel is trying to do there. I don't know what he's trying to do because, of course, he has Reece Nelson. Reece Nelson could have played against Everton, but he decided to play Martinelli on the right. Didn't look very good, honestly. So, I think what Mikel needs to do is get some cash, talk to Edu, get Simeon Adingra. Chelsea are going to win the Premier League out of the blue. I'm not saying next season, but I'm saying out of the blue. Because for them, what they have and what I like about them is, yes, they buy a lot and they buy a lot of, players that don't make sense. But they're assembling a side that eventually, if you give a proper manager time, he can find talent to form a good team. That is what Arsenal have to do. After adding, Saka is an academy project, guys. Martinelli is an academy project. Just add a winger. It's as simple as that. It's not too difficult. Add a winger. So that is my point number 2. Number 3. I think this goes to Mikel Arteta. Use your squad. I was looking at Pep Guardiola's minute distribution across his squad, and many players for Man City are playing 25 games this season. I tell you, there is a lie going on that players want to play each and every game. That is not true. It is not true. What players don't want is playing 5 games, 10 games a season. If a team is having, let's say Arsenal have 15 games. Okay, let's say Arsenal have 12 games in the UEFA Champions League, and we have 38 games in the Premier League. That is 50 games, right? A player like William Saliba will want to play 30 out of that 50, and a player like Julian Timber would love to play 20 or 25 out of that 50. So imagine you have 50 games, Saliba plays 25, Timber plays 25, Calafiori plays 25, Zinchenko plays 25, and everyone cannot be happy, obviously, right? Everyone cannot be happy, but I don't think a player is going to be knocking on the door, pushing to leave, because they played the same number of minutes as the other guys, which is 25 games. But why I think Mikel Arteta needs to start using his squad better, burnout. This squad has emotionally, physically challenged Man City for 2 full seasons. And Arsenal fans are like, including myself, we should win it this season. We must win it this season. As a psychology student for 3 years with a first class in psychology, I'll tell you. Let me just get my glasses. Right? Emotionally, psychologically, physically, Arsenal are going to suffer burnout this season. And that burnout is not going to come from the fact that Arsenal, I'm not saying Arsenal won't win the title. And I remember my prediction. My prediction is that Arsenal win the title this season. But we will suffer burnout. So, Mikel Arteta, it would be better if he started rotation right away. If he added a few names that were not playing for us regularly last season. I'm talking Merino. I'm talking Tomiyasu, I'm talking Kivyo. Can these players get a lot more minutes? Don't just play your starting 11 and 3 substitutes. If you have a squad of 17, 18, 19 players or 20 players, use that squad if you're Mikel Arteta. Right? I hope it makes sense. Because burnout is coming. Next season, I'm so worried. I'm very scared. But this season, I know that Arsenal might. Remember Liverpool? Liverpool went toe-to-toe with Manchester City for 2 seasons. One season, they missed out narrowly. The second season, they won it. The third season, Liverpool dropped off massively. They didn't even try to defend their title. They dropped off massively. So, Arsenal, the burnout is there. Yes, our players are young, but the burnout will be there. Number 4 is, for me, something I've already said. Mikel should stop those childish mistakes that he makes. Playing Aston Villa without a 6. Playing Kai Havertz because he wants him there. Playing his favorites. Pretending to be ruthless at times, and at times he's not ruthless. Stop those mistakes. Those small childish mistakes. Mikel, you're past that. And number 5, the manager said it. Be alert all the time. So be alert, right? We have hired professional pickpockets to make sure that our valuables don't get lost. So if you have hired professional pickpockets for you, then be alert. It's as simple as that.